So today we're going to proceed with coordinate geometry, and we're going to look at our second subtopic, which is finding the midpoint of two lines. So finding the midpoint of two lines. So the midpoint of a line segment is the point on the line segment that lies exactly halfway between the two endpoints of the line segment. So the midpoint of a line segment is the point on the line segment that lies exactly halfway between the two endpoints of the two lines. And as you can see, I've already drawn my Cartesian plane and have line AB, and line A there it's having the coordinate of x1 comma y1. As you can see, we have our x1 there and our y1 there. Then point B is on coordinate x2 comma y2. As you can see, I have x2 and y2. So the midpoint of line AB can be represented by capital letter M there, and the coordinates of point M have xm comma ym. So we can say that xm is halfway between x1 and x1 and x2. So xm is exactly halfway between x1 and x2. So for us to calculate xm there, we're going to say xm is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Then as to find ym, so ym is halfway between y1 and y2. So ym is equal to y1 plus y2 divided by 2. And for us now to write our general formula, these two formulas that we have written of xm and ym, they are going to help us out. So we're going to say that finding the midpoint will be equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2 comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. And as you can see, this formula is just derived from xm and ym. So this is my xm and this is my ym. Let us now look at the examples. So example 1 reads, find the coordinates of the midpoint of a 6,3 and 4,5. So my 1a there have coordinates of 6,3 and 4,5. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to write my x1 and my y1. I'm also supposed to indicate my x2 and my y2. After I've done that, I'm going to write down the formula. I know that midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2 comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2 there. So my x1 I know that's 6, so 6 plus my x2, that's 4 divided by 2. My y1 that's 3 there, plus my y2, that's 5 divided by 2. So 6 plus 4, that's 10 divided by 2 comma 3 plus 5, that's 8 divided by 2. And from this I can say 10 divided by 2, that's 5, comma 8 divided by 2, that's 4. So our midpoint there is 5, comma 4. Let us look at 1b. 1b there we have negative 3, comma 4 and negative 9, comma 4. So 1b I have negative 3, comma 4. I also have negative 9, comma 4. So the first step is to write down your x1 and your y1. You're also supposed to write your x2 and your y2. So this is my x1, this is my y1, this is my x2, this is my y2. And after that I'm going to write down the formula. Midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. My x1 there is negative 3. Then we have a positive there. What about my x2? My x2 is negative 9. So I'm going to say negative multiplied by positive there. We're going to have negative. So this is going to be negative 9 divided by 2. Then my y1, that's 4, plus my y2, that's 4. So negative 3 minus 9, that's negative 12, divided by 2. Then 4 plus 4, that's 8, divided by 2. And from this I can continue here. So my midpoint will be equal to negative 12 divided by 2, that's negative 6, comma 8 divided by 2, that's 4. So my midpoint there is going to be negative 6, comma 4. Our example 2 reads, find the coordinates of P if the midpoint of PQ is 2, comma negative 4 and point Q is 6, comma negative 8. And from that question you're supposed to understand something. Here we are trying to calculate the coordinates of P. We are trying to calculate the coordinates of P there, and we have been given the midpoint. The midpoint we have been given, which is 2, comma negative 4, and we have only been given point Q, which is 6, comma 8. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to write down the information that have been given. So this is question 2. I know that PQ, the midpoint of PQ have been given as 2, comma negative 4 there. Then I've only been given point Q, which is 6, comma negative 8, and I don't know point Q. I don't know point P there. Point P I don't know, so I can say that to be my XP and my YP there. Then I can represent the coordinates of Q. I can say that's going to be my XQ, and that's going to be my YQ. and we know that this point 2 there, 2, we can say 2 represents xm and negative 4 represents ym. So let us write down the formula. So the formula of calculating xm there, we're going to say xm is equal to, we're going to add xp plus xq. So we're going to say xp plus xq divided by 2 there. So we can say xm, we know xm is 2 there, so we can say 2 is equal to 2 is equal to xp. We're trying to calculate xp, which is the coordinate of p there, plus xq, that's negative xq, that's 6, sorry, that's 6 divided by 2 there. Then from this we can say divide by 1 there, we cross multiply there, so we can say that's going to be our xp. If we multiply 1 and xp plus 6, we're going to say xp plus 6 is equal to 2 multiplied by 2, that's 4. So we come this side, so we can collect the like terms there. You can say xp is equal to 4. When 6 goes to the other side of the equation, it's going to be negative 6. So xp there is equal to 4 minus 6, that's negative 2. So the coordinate of x there, the coordinate of x for p is negative 2. Let us find the coordinate of y for p. So we are going to do the same thing. We're going to say y, we're going to say ym there is equal to yp plus our yq divided by 2. So that's going to be our formula, and from that we can replace. So we know that our ym is negative 4. We know that that's negative 4. Negative 4 is equals to, we are trying to calculate the coordinate of p, which is the y coordinate. What about the coordinate of q? So yq, we know that's negative 8. So negative multiplied by positive, we're going to have negative here, so this is going to be negative 8 divided by 2 there. So we're going to say over 1 there. Then we can say, we can close multiply there. Then we're going to have 1 open bracket yp minus 8 there is equal to negative 4 multiplied by 2. We're going to have negative 8, and to open up the brackets there, we're going to multiply 1 with everything inside. So 1 multiplied by yp, we're going to have yp minus 1 multiplied by 8, we're going to have 8 is equal to negative 8. And from that we can collect the like terms. We can say yp is equal to negative 8 plus, when negative 8 goes to the other side, it will be positive there, so plus 8. So yp is equal to 0. So we can say the coordinates of p there, so the coordinates of p for x, we calculated what was for x? So for x we calculated as -2 there, as you can see. So that's -2. So we can say the coordinates of p, it's -2, 0 there. So that's the coordinates of p. So that's going to be your answer.